Morning, everyone. Happy Sunday and the Sunday Share. It is Sunday, May 22nd. I got a quick story I want to share with you guys, and then I'll explain why I'm sharing it. I spent about 6 or 7 years of my career in higher education in the fundraising business, raised major gifts for the Arkansas State University Foundation, spent a lot of time cultivating relationships and putting together pools of money for capital building projects, scholarships, that kind of thing. I had a boss who had come from Ole Miss. He was the vice president for advancement. And he used to tell this story that when he was in my position as a major gifts fundraiser and director of development, that he had a man he'd go see in Jackson, Mississippi on a frequent basis. And every time he'd walk in the man's office, the man would immediately just grab his billfold and throw it out on the desk. Now, the moral of that story is the kind of relationship that they had was that this guy, all he ever saw my boss for, who was not my boss at the time, but would eventually be, he saw him as the guy who came asking for money, the guy who was, asking him for a favor, trying to sell him something. That's not, in the fundraising business, that's not what you want to be. You don't want to be the guy who's asking for money all the time. And I tell you that story as an analogy sort of for what I do and for what many other writers do. We're in the business of writing books, which is the most prominent part of what we do, however frequently that may be, on a yearly basis or every couple of years, or in my case, as it turns out, about every 3 or 4 years. And it's nice to sell books, but that's not what it's about for me. And it's not what it's about for so many people. That's a part of our platform. What so many of us want to do, and I'll speak for myself mostly, is that we just want to reach people. And we are trying to live out our calling, so many of us. There's a Bible verse that says, walk worthy in the manner in which you are called. And, the older I get in life, that's what I try to do. I don't want to be the guy who's trying to sell books all the time on this communications platform that consists of newsletters and Facebook and all kinds of social media and everything else. We're just trying to deliver a message and just trying to reach people. And this is the way that I live out my calling, to spread the good news of the gospel and tell the story of the way that it has affected me over the course of my life. So sometimes there's a phrase for this in the business. We call it content marketing. It's the stuff that we put out there that adds for those who follow us. It adds value. It's something that enlightens your day or gives you a lift or makes you feel good or imparts, shares a piece of knowledge maybe. And sometimes we get so caught up and we get so wrapped up in that thing that we call platform and content marketing that we really, honestly to goodness, we tend to overthink this. And is it consistent with my brand or is it outside my brand? And I'm so tired of thinking about that. So here's what's going to happen for the Steve Watkins platform moving forward. I have spent a lifetime living on making decisions by prayer and gut instinct. Sometimes prayer does not bring the answer. Sometimes gut instinct doesn't. And sometimes you just have to say, Lord, if you don't close this door, then I think I'm just going to go ahead and walk right through it. Otherwise, slam it in my face if it's the wrong thing to do. And I'm guilty of this. You guys know it. We can send, when we think about our content marketing and what we're going to share outside the books that we write and the other things that we do, we'll send out surveys and we'll give away prizes, and we're trying to, and our intentions are good, y'all. We're trying to dig deeper into what it is we can provide of value, not just what we have to offer, but what those who are our social media friends, what it is that they need and what it is that we can share with them. And you can overthink this to death. So here's what's going to happen on my platform. It seems to me that the things that we do here at Tranquility Base, you know, kind of maintaining the property, kind of working in the garden, kind of this home and garden type thing seems to be of interest. Not everyone has the luxury of you know, having half an acre out there to put a garden in and experiment with and play with it like I do, and to walk out here and do some trout fishing right out your back door. So, right or wrong, I mean, and if it's wrong, we'll change it when we figure out that it's wrong. But we're going to do some new things coming up. We're going to add a podcast. We've got an exciting new website coming up, and we've been thinking about what can we really put on that new website that is of value to people. So we're going to have some exclusive podcasting and some exclusive video. That's not the right word. I hate that word. Why did I even use it? Anyway, for those of you who want to see that kind of thing, we're going to share more of that. I'm going to continue to talk about books and ideas and mass media and all those kinds of things going on in the world, and what you might expect from me down the line. But again, it's not about selling. It's so far from selling books that's what we're going to do. We're just going to step out here over the next few weeks and over the next few months, and on the website, on the podcast, you may even see some new things in this newsletter. We're just going to expand a bit, expand our horizons, talk about those everyday kind of life things that we all do. Maybe even share something that folks will learn from. And hey, you guys do this for me. If you don't like it, if you don't enjoy it, send me a note and tell me. If you do like it, if you like that idea, or if you like what you see once we get this implemented, share that too, because that helps reinforce to me that we're doing the right thing and that we're reaching, we're reaching people in the way that we want to reach them. I think that's all I'm going to have to say about that. We're going to share a couple, consistent with what I just said. I'm going to take you on a really quick, rough and raw tour of the property today and show you where it stands. And the garden's just going wild, and I'm going to show you a little bit about that. You guys have a great Sunday, and thanks so much for listening to me. I appreciate it. I know that was off the chart crazy. Y'all have a good day.